David Can here with another question from your Hayes and Harris Math SL textbook, Chapter 10J, Question 5. In this question, we're asked to find the exact value of this expression. Implicit here is that we're not supposed to use the calculator. What I want to do to solve this is maybe not completely obvious at first, but what I do notice is that I have an expression squared. So to simplify it, one thing I might just try is I might try expanding the brackets and seeing where that gets me. It's going to get me some cosine squareds and some sine squareds, and I know that there's a lot I can do with those sorts of things. So let's see what happens. If I FOIL this expression, probably going to need a bigger FOIL than that. How about OIL? What I'm going to get is first, so cosine of pi on 12 times itself, cosine of pi on 12 squared. Then outer is going to be cosine of pi on 12 plus times sine of pi on 12. Inner is going to be sine of pi on 12 times cosine of pi on 12. And lastly is going to be sine of pi on 12 times itself. So plus sine squared of pi on 12. So what's shaken out? Well, I have a cosine of squared of pi on 12 and a sine squared of pi on 12. And I know that cosine squared plus sine squared is equal to 1. So I'll replace all of that with a 1. Then what I have is cosine times sine plus sine times cosine. Those are the same thing because you can do multiplication in any order. So that's really twice cosine of pi on 12 sine of pi on 12. And then I have my plus 1 over here. Now another thing that's shaken out now is this expression, which is one of the pieces of one of the double angle theorems. One of the double angle theorems says that sine of twice the angle is equal to 2 cosine times sine of the angle. So I can take this whole expression and replace it with sine of twice that angle, pi on 12. And then I still have plus 1. How does that help me? Well, if I have twice pi on 12, that's pi on 6. And pi on 6 is one of the major angles on the unit circle. So unlike pi on 12, I can't calculate that in my head. Pi on 6, I do know that sine of pi on 6 is 1/2. And this gives me 1 1/2. That's the exact answer.